My motto is just to work as hard as I possibly can and make sure that everybody in the club is working as hard as they possibly can. And at the end of the day, if you get this, then most of the time you're not too far away.
You have said before that really the managing part is the part you don't enjoy that much. It's the coaching you enjoy. Is that still the case even now?
Yes, by far, and I think I'm better equipped to be working with players than such as we're doing at the moment, and also answering phones and answering letters and so on. That's the side I definitely don't like.
Why is that? Are you maybe a frustrated player, do you think, still?
Well, I think we're all frustrated players. We wish we could last longer than we did do, but I think basically you're good at mixing with people, good at talking and so on. Then obviously you like the management side of the game, but my side is definitely just involved with the players and seeing younger players getting better, hopefully, and eventually coming into the first team.
Well, is that another important part of being a manager, is picking the right players when they are young, when it's perhaps too early to tell their potential?
I think that's one of the most important factors of the lot, because without doubt, if you don't keep good young players coming through the club, then you may be successful one day, but the following day you're back to rock bottom. And it's absolutely imperative that you can spot players. And also, I think the only thing that you can do is help whatever assets they have and bring them out. There's no manager in the game has ever made exceptional players. I wish that I was able to do that, but no way. I honestly think that exceptional players make managers safer in their job, because at the end of the day you're born with a gift, and all we do is bring out the best, whatever the player has in the beginning.
Well, I think you've always been a bit self-deprecating. There are a lot of people that might dispute that. You've still got to bring it out in the people.
Yes, but I think that it's got to be there in the beginning to be able to bring it out, and that's basically what I'm saying. People might think that Jock Stein and Eddie Turnbull and all the other successful managers, the older ones especially, the likes of Alec Ferguson, they may well think that they've made players, but without any shadow of doubt, they're conning people if they say that they made the players, and I'm sure that none of the men I've mentioned would disagree with what I'm saying.
And getting back to being a manager, part of being a manager is the financial part, and you've been forced sometimes to sell very good players. Has that distressed you?
I've been again very fortunate, because in 14 years we've only lost two exceptional players, in Andy Gray and Raymond Stewart. And without any shadow of doubt, Andy Gray was a mistake, and Raymond Stewart, in my opinion, for the money we got, £430,000. The enclosure at the far side there in Eamon Bannon are here at Tannadice, which they wouldn't have been if we hadn't have sold Raymond Stewart. And I also think that selling a defender is always a lot easier than selling a forward. But the directors have disagreed repeatedly with me when we've had big offers for players. I've felt that clubs like ourselves couldn't turn down the money, but make no mistake, the directors have been right, because having these players here at Tannadice has meant success for Dundee United.
Well, indeed, having you here, you're now a director yourself, but having you here at Tannadice has brought a lot of success. There was a time not so very long ago when you were asked to move to Rangers, and that must have been the most difficult decision of your life.
Well, I always get about 30 recommendations for every job that crops up, and they're all for the players here at Tannadice, just to get rid of me. But I've been very, very fortunate in the time I've been here. I also think that I hope anyway I've contributed to being part of the success.
But have you ever regretted that decision to go to Rangers?
There's still the same problems now as there was then, although some of them now are fewer. But I had a chairman here at Tannadice who was far more than a chairman to me in the time I've been here. I'm sorry to say he's now dead, but since his death, Mr. Fox has taken over the chairmanship, and I'm definitely, even yet, a wee bit scared of the future for Dundee United, because our directors are definitely a wee bit older, and we're looking to see if this drug on Frank Sinatra works, because we'll be getting it to our directors, because it's
and
been
successful. And him too, presumably.
Yes, well, that's another factor, but it's really essential that you're right all the way through the club. I don't think that if directors are causing problems that you'll have a successful club. I think also, by the same token, if a manager's not working at the game, you'll not have a successful club. And the most important factor, again, if the players are not working at it, then again that will mean that there's no success for you. But fortunately, we've had success because I think it's been right all the way from the directors all the way down to the players and the coaching staff and the scouts as well.
You are a worrier, but you must enjoy the game more than you appear to at times.
I was speaking to a reporter during the week, and I honestly wish that I enjoyed the successful times and the good performances a bit more than I do, because the higher that the players get with a performance, then obviously how do you beat it? And that is always, I'm a pessimist in that way, that I'm always looking to improve. And some of the performances by the players in recent years has made me even smile, but I'm sure what that nobody saw me.
But your family support you all the way too, even when you're season to season. You are mad keen on Dundee United, and family life doesn't come into it very much, does it? Though your son said he would never support Rangers if you moved.
Yes, he gives me quite a bit of stick actually, because he says that in selling Andy Gray I don't have a clue, and he could well be right, but so far Dundee United directors haven't realised it. But I'm really fortunate with my family, because Dundee United play far too big a part in my life, to be completely honest. I think that on the family side I've been a disgrace in many ways in not spending enough time with them.
Well, another season drawing near, but before that you've got a long holiday to spend with your family, and hopefully this time perhaps you'll give them all of your attention over the summer. Next season you'll be allowed back in the dugout. Will you go back to the dugout next season?
Well, I hope that I'm not back in the dugout. The most important thing for me is that you definitely are seeing the game from a far better position, sitting in the stand. But